6 of the season here at Monaco, around the streets of Monte Carlo. Here we are, Monaco. We didn't race here last season, but we have taken the plunge. Saying dry all the way, which I think everybody is going to be delighted to hear. It's going to be dry all the way through qualifying and the race. Still a very challenging racetrack. The cars are heading out on track now. We have 16 cars here in the race tonight. A few driver changes going on. We have a couple of new drivers in, which is great to see. Copper Queen, we've seen her as a reserve driver for a few races this season. She's now taken up a full-time seat in the Racing Point. Also, we have Adam Woods in tonight in the Mercedes. He is going to be his first race of the season. We saw him race quite a lot last season. He is going to be in the race tonight as a reserve driver. Also, another new driver, Climber 91. He is going to be in the Williams. He's one of our new reserve drivers as well. And Blink Duck there in the Ferrari, another reserve driver making his debut here tonight. I will try and do an onboard lap with somebody so you can see the challenges of this Monte Carlo circuit. Owen just cutting the chicane there to get in front of one of the Haas cars, which was Napier, I believe. But let's ride on board with Owen now for the onboard lap around the streets of Monte Carlo. This is the last corner and onto the pit straight. Well, I say straight, it's a long right-hand curve. The only DRS zone on the circuit, building up to about 175 miles an hour. Saint Devot here, 75 miles an hour. Avoid the wall on the left and then climbing the hill. Little series of S's, then into Massenet. Slowing down to about 100 miles an hour at the slowest point. Then Casino Square, 85 miles an hour. Avoid the bump there on the left. Bring it over to the left-hand side as much as possible. Into Mirabeau, 45 miles an hour. Then across for the slowest corner in Formula 1, the Lowe's hairpin, just 25 miles an hour on the apex. Bring it over here for the first Portier, 45, climb the pavement. Into the second Portier, 55 miles an hour as we go into the tunnel. And it's already, he's invalidated the lap. So he's backed out of it. I will just try and see if there is someone else on a lap. Yes, here we go, Adam Woods. Almost at the same point. There is the first part of Portier into the second part of Portier. And then here we go, into the tunnel, completely flat. Through here. Up to, again, about 175 miles an hour, down into this chicane. Out the seafront, 40 miles an hour. And then through the second part, completely flat. Then into the quicker section of the track, to back, 110 on the apex. First part of the swimming pool, again, completely flat. All easy for this lap, but there's the second part of the swimming pool. And then down towards Rascasse, just 30 miles an hour on the apex to there. And then the Anthony Nose corner, last corner, 55 on the apex, hard on the power. And then heading towards the line. As Tyler's gone quickest of all, Adam, we know, has had his first lap disallowed. But Lewis is quickest at the moment at 1 minute 10.6. Tyler is second, then Blink Duck is third. Pierce Gaming has gone fourth fastest. Because there's 16 in the session, we're only going to lose the slowest driver from this session so far. So here comes Hobgoblin. Winner last time out at the Spanish Grand Prix. Looking to try and still close that championship lead over Lewis. Anyone watching on the Twitch stream, thank you so much for joining us. I have got the Twitch chat up, so please do get involved. But any predictions you've got in there or any memories of the Monaco Grand Prix that you have, please put them in the Twitch chat. I will get to as many as we can throughout that. And Hobgoblin, look at that, fastest of all. 1 minute 10.3 from him. Good lap. Kronos. And here is Davis now coming through Rascasse. And he's coming up towards the line. Davis moves into 8th place, a fraction quicker than his teammate. Here is Pierce Gaming, 14th fastest at the moment. So Pierce coming down to the first sector, 3/4 of a second up already on his best. He is a little way off the back of the pack at the moment, so he'll certainly be hoping to improve on that. Through the Portier. Oh, a little bit early on, they had to steer back out of that again. The car gripped a little bit too much for him. down towards the chicane on the seafront here at the Monaco Harbour. Took the curb nicely in the second part of the chicane down towards Tabac. And 1.6 seconds up. This will put him into the 1 minute 13s as it stands. As he can find a little bit more in the final sector. Or a little bit wide into Raskas. Then around the last corner. And across the line goes Pierce Gaming. And he goes 11th fastest. A 13.1 from him. As Jamie goes 4th. A 1:11.4 as well. Look how close it is there between 3rd and 5th. Less than a 10th of a second. Lewis is heading back out on track as well. So Kronos Grand now about to start his final attempt, you would think, here in Q1 to get a lap time on the board. The cut-off time at the moment by Napier is a 1:14.0. He's out on track at the moment. So Copper Queen a 1:13.6 could be the driver to aim for. Let's have a look. Kronos Grand, a good first sector, 19.1. Down into lows, a lot of... Oh, and he's just clipped the wall there as Kronos. And again. So I think, yeah, that he's not going to be able to... He's going to struggle with that. But let's see what Napier can do. 3 tenths down in the first sector on his best. Copper Queen's out on track as well. There she is in the racing point. Adam Woods has gone back out as well. Let's see what Tyler's doing. And he's backed out of this lap. And he's back into the pits. So Napier now coming through the tunnel. Owen's retired as well. So is Lewis. Now can Kronos get out of the pits in time? He's going to have to leave the pit lane now, or else I don't think he's going to make it. So, Napier now into the second part of the swimming pool. Just keep it out of the wall. And I can't see Kronos leaving the pits at the moment. Yes, he is just leaving. That's going to be tight. He may have to, well, maybe cut the chicane or something to try and make it through. Here comes Napier. He's backed out. Well, no, at 14.2. Surely Kronos is not going to make it round in time with 30 seconds to go. I think Kronos could be the one about to be out of this session and start at the back. No one wants to start at the back around Monte Carlo. And I really don't think this is going to be close. And yeah, that's it. Time is up. So Kronos' Grand is going to be the first car out of qualifying. Didn't manage to get a time on the board. Into Q2, we lose 3 minutes off the time. We've got 15 minutes now of this session. Whatever tyres, the top 10, who are the only ones who will make it into Q3. So, it's a long race, but if you can start on the mediums, could open up the possibility of a one-stop strategy in this race. See what Husky can do. He is the first one. And a little bit wide in Massenet and then wide. That makes him wide for Casino Square. Got quite a good exit out Casino though. Down into Mirabeau. He's struggling a little bit out there on the racetrack. Oh, and he's into the wall. He's clipped the wall at the Lowe's hairpin. Surely that's given him damage, and it has indeed. So Owen's now going to be the first one to cross the line. Husky's going to have to dive into the pits. He should have another set of soft tyres available to him. Auntie Val will be the second one across the line. Oh, that McLaren. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. Auntie Val is out of the session. He's made contact with Husky. He's got a 5-place grid penalty. Auntie Val out of the session. I don't think Husky quite realised. So Napier now coming across the line. And he goes fourth fastest on a 14.0. But here is Copper Queen now on her first lap here in Q2. Down into the chicane. Getting the car nicely turned in. The car's looking very well set up. Down towards to back. And really carrying some good speed there through the apex and a good middle sector time as well. Down towards the Raskas. Oh, and Steph spun it. Bit of traction on the exit. Bit of oversteer, and I think that'll be straight into the pits for Steph. Hobgoblin about to finish his lap. In the AlphaTauri. Hobgoblin goes fastest at 1:10.7 on the medium tyres. That's a good lap time there on the mediums. Here comes Jamie now down towards the line. Let's see what he can do. He goes third. Good lap time from him on those mediums at 1:11.5. Here is Husky now. Second attempt on a quali lap. He's on the soft. Oh, and he's run right at swimming pool. Had the lap disallowed. So he's not going to be improving. Just over 3 minutes to go in this session. Copper Queen's going back out as well on a set of softs. So is Pierce Gaming. And Husky learning his mistake from earlier, moving well out of the way of Napier. Down into to back. Oh, and Napier's into the wall. He clipped the wall on the left-hand side. He went into it again. And he was a quarter of a second up. He might just have enough time to pit. We'll probably have to go for a set of softs, though. Here comes Copper Queen. 0.6 of a second up. This might just be enough, you know, to sneak her into the top 10. Into the last corner. Here comes Copper Queen. Down towards the line and does a 13.4, and it is enough. So Steph, oh, and Steph has crashed out. Steph has crashed out just as she gets into the top 10. So here comes Napier now, first sector, found a 10.5. He's got to find, though, over half a second to get into the top 10 shootout. Adam Woods hasn't been able to set a lap time. He's going to start 15th. Auntie Val 14th. Pierce Gaming is out as well. He's 13th. So and we've seen Blinked Up already, in trouble. He's 2 seconds down. He's not going to improve. So he's going to be 11th at best. What can Napier do? Can Napier knock Copper Queen out of qualifying? Steph's out anyway because she's damaged her car. Napier's 2 tenths up. Can he get into the top 10 shootout here, Napier? And let's have a look. I've just missed it. He does just. Napier gets into the top 10 in the dying seconds of the session. So Napier will start in the top 10, but still, here we go, into Q3. We lose another 3 minutes off the time. We are down to just 12 minutes and the top 10 shootout. We have three. Owen is once again the first car out on the track. Lewis is right behind him. Husky has also got out, so has Davis and Tyler. Those are the cars out. Clymer and Napier now. And I've got to say, great effort from Clymer. First ever race in this league, and he's up there in 6th position in the Williams. Great effort from him. So Owen now goes across the line to start his first flying lap in Q3. Will we see lap times in the 1 minute 9s? Will we break that 70-second barrier here in qualifying? Let's have a look. Owen now through Casino Square. We saw Hobgoblin a 1:10.0 in Q1 on the softs, but they were a little bit older tyres. Oh, wearing a little bit wide in the Lowe's hairpin, trying to hook the car around. There is Lewis just behind. Husky's on a lap as well. So Owen now coming down towards the seafront chicane here, the Nouvelle chicane. Don't turn in too much, we'll get a wall. And looking good. Oh, just clipped the wall. Was there damage? Yes, No, doesn't look like any damage. I think he's got away with that one there. And he's invalidated the lap. He's invalidated the lap down at the chicane. So has Lewis. So Husky's going to be the next one through. Here he is. Let's have a look what Husky can do. He's going to be the first man to set a lap time here in Q3. And he goes fastest, of course, a 1:11.5. So Hobgoblin now down into Raskas. Can he needs to try and get himself up onto the front row, you would think at least. And he does indeed, a fraction slower than Lewis. A 1:09.6 from him. Moving. Let's see how Clymer gets on in the Williams. Up in 5th. What a start to his UGL career he could have here by starting 5th on the grid, and he's backed out of this lap. ERS is switched off. Let's see what Savage is doing. Oh, very close to the wall there coming out of Casino Square, but he has found 0.2 of a second on his best. That would move him up a couple of positions, up to 5th as things stand. See what Owen can do. Can he get himself up towards the front? There's a nice big gap of 1.6 seconds between 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Can he get himself in there? And Tyler has retired from the session. He is 6th at the moment. He's not going to improve. Here comes Owen. He goes 4th, a 1:11.2. Good lap from him. Savage is going again. First sector, 10th up on his best. Davis and Napier both out on the track now. Now, Lewis, Hobgoblin and Jamie all out on the racetrack. The top 3 in qualifying at the moment, all out on the track. Can they improve on their lap times? Can Lewis hang on to pole position? Converse on P11 first race. You are indeed after, well, depending on where Husky qualifies, but yes, good effort from you, mate. Well done. Let's have a look. Savage coming through the last corner. 8th fastest at the moment. Can he get himself any higher? He goes 3rd. Good lap from him. 1:11.1. And Hobgoblin is not going to improve. He's invalidated at turn 1. What about Jamie? He's just coming through. What about where's Davis? He's invalidated this lap. That is it from him. So Napier, 3.5 tenths down. Needs to find a lot in this final sector. Can he do it? 10th fastest at the moment for him. Let's have a look. Napier comes towards the line. And he does improve, but he remains 10th. Jamie a 10th and a bit down in the first sector. Is Lewis improving? Let's have a look. He's a couple of tenths down. And he's backed out of the lap. So I think it's all down to Jamie. He's found a 10.5. Can he snatch 3rd position here in the last few seconds of qualifying as he comes round the last corner? And he goes across line. He goes 3rd fastest. He does indeed, a 1:10.6. Good lap from him. I think Savage has, yes, he's backed out of this lap altogether. So that is it for qualifying. And blinked up to stop praising yourself up there, mate. But and to be honest with you, Frank, you can't predict Monaco. You never know what's going to happen. I just hope we can have some finishes. That's all I really am genuinely hoping for, is that we get some finishes in this race. So here is the grid for the race this evening. Lewis has taken pole position from Hobgoblin. Let's been alongside him. Jamie 3rd. Good first race for him. Up in the top 3 in qualifying. 4th for Savage. 5th for Owen, 6th for Husky. Climber is 7th. His good debut race for him as well in the Williams. 8th for Tyler. Davis is 9th in the 2nd McLaren. And Napier, saying he's struggling so much with the basic setup around here, he lines up in 10th position. Let's just run through the grid at the start of this race. Lewis on pole position. Hobgoblin is going to be alongside. Look at the gap Lewis already has there. Jamie in 3rd. Savage in 4th. Row 3 is Owen and Clymer. Sorry, row 3, Owen and Clymer. Row 4, Tyler and Davis. Row 5, Napier and Copper Queen promoted up into 10th position. Husky and Pierce Gaming make up row 6. Husky with a grid penalty after contact with Auntie Val. Row 7 is Auntie Val and Adam Woods in the Mercedes. Row 8 is the two Ferrari power cars, Kronos Grand in the Alfa Romeo and Blink Duck. They are both starting on the hard compound tyres. So here we go. They're getting ready now. Here we go. The 5 lights are coming on. It's lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Lewis. He's going to maintain lead, but Hobgoblin's going alongside it. Hobgoblin into the lead around the outside of turn 1. And one of the Renaults had a good start as well. Jamie's up into 3rd place. Tyler tried to make it through but had to back out of it. Hobgoblin straight into the lead into turn 1. What a start from him. Lewis is still there. They've all maintained positions as they go into Mirabeau. They all seem to have avoided contact behind. There doesn't seem to be any pieces on it. All this yellow flag in sectors 1 and 2. And there is, and it's Copper Queen has gone off. Is there damage to the racing point? I don't think there is. She's just about kept out of trouble there. Now, are they all getting through this slower section of track? Enough at the moment. It does look like it. Hobgoblin's in here. Look at this. This is Auntie Val right on the back of Davis. I don't think it's going to be close enough into the chicane. But Auntie Val starting well out of position. Oh, he's made contact with the wall. He's made contact with the wall. He's having to defend from Husky. And he's made wheel contact with the wall now. His front wing has gone flying off. Is Auntie Val going to be able to keep going without completely connecting with the wall and retiring from the race? He's going to have to pit at the end of the first lap. And there he goes into the pit lane. But a Hobgoblin leads by half a second from Lewis. Cracking start from the Alpha Tauri around the outside of turn 1. And Lewis had to back out of it. He's going into the back of that Red Bull as they head down towards the chicane. So Adam and Kronos just leaving the pit lane now. Kronos at the back. So lap 2, remarkably calm first lap. I've got to say I was expecting a lot more carnage than that. But Owen all over the back of Jamie as they go through the swimming pool. The DRS will be enabled this time through. Jamie's got some front wing end fence damage. You can see there the end fence is missing on the Renault, and so has Owen as well. So Lewis sets fastest lap of the race. DRS is enabled. You can see there, I think Owen is missing. See that shot? It looks like it was intact. But the leaders are now already over 3.5 seconds clear of the rest of the field. Owen all over, and Owen's going through. Jamie's made a mistake somewhere, I think, or has he just let him through? But Owen is through into 3rd position in this race. Tyler is all over the back of Savage as they enter the Lowe's hairpin. Napier is 7th, Clymer is 8th in the Williams, and then come the 2 McLarens in 9th and 10th as Auntie Val is into the pits once again. So another front wing change for Auntie Val. He's going to be a long way back. Oh, and that's the Hobgoblin in the wall. The race leader's hit the wall. He's going to have to pit. He's got a lot of front wing damage. And that is what can happen around here so quickly. Hobgoblin is going to have to pit, surely. He's trying to carry on with it. That's a brave decision. That is a very brave decision from the race leader to try and hang on in the lead with that amount of front wing damage. And Lewis crawling all over the back of the raceway. Look at Hobgoblin struggling to get the car in. To Massenet, surely he should have pitted at the end of the previous lap, because all he's going to do now is back Lewis up into Owen, who's going to come steaming up behind them, Savage and Tyler. Oh, there's contact between those two, and Napier's trying to get involved as well. I think Owen's lost a bit of front wing there as well, or is it Savage? As Davis gets past Clymer, great move from Davis. Up into 8th place for him. Pierce Gaming back into the pits now, surely. Well, let's have a look at the race leader. Yeah, he's losing a lot of time. He's having to go so much slower through the corners. And Lewis is going to get frustrated here, surely, in 2nd place. Owen is steaming up towards them in the background. And Napier's out of the race. Napier becomes our first retirement. And it says carnage down at the chicane. Napier's gone. Puncture on the left rear. His right front has gone. And we have a virtual safety car, and Hobgoblin's taking this opportunity to pit. Lewis now leads by 4 seconds from Owen. Jamie is 3rd. Tyler is 4th. Now in the Renault. So Renault's 2nd and 4th. 5th for Hobgoblin after having to make that stop after his mistake. But he's on those hard tyres. He's surely going to try and make them go to the end. Husky is up into 6th position. Blink Duck on his debut is up to 7th. He pitted at the end of the first lap, I believe. No, he didn't, sorry. But he's up to 7th. Savage is 8th in the Ferrari. 2nd Ferrari. Davis is 9th. Clymer is 10th. Adam Woods is 11th. Copper Queen is 12th. With Pierce Gaming right behind Auntie Val into the pit again in the Haas. Not the best race so far. And look at this battle going on here. 12th, 13th and 14th. Copper Queen, Pierce Gaming and Kronos Grand all fighting hard, and Kronos Grand all over the back of Pierce Gaming. It's Racing Point from Red Bull, from Alfa Romeo, and Kronos Grand is really pushing hard. But meantime, Lewis in the lead of the race. Leads by nearly 4.5 seconds from Owen. There he is in the Renault. Jamie is 3rd. There he is in the Red Bull. Then we got Tyler 4th. Hobgoblin 5th. Now can he? He lost a lot less time pitting under safety car than he would have done having to pit under normal conditions. Virtual safety car for that accident down at the chicane, which saw Napier out of the race. And then we've still got this big battle going on. Here it is. Copper Queen, Pierce Gaming and Kronos Grand, 12th, 13th and 14th. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. That's Savage round. Did he try and overtake his teammate? Kronos Grand has just got past Copper Queen somewhere in the last sector. So that was a brave move from Kronos to take 11th position. But he's missing half his front wing now, so I don't think it's actually worked too well for him. And now Pierce Gaming has got past Copper Queen as well. Is there damage to Copper Queen? I'm just trying to see. No, there isn't. So, yeah, great move there by Pierce. Brilliant start to the race for Lewis. Yeah, doing a sterling job, and also as well Clymer on his, also another one on his debut, up there in 6th place with Williams. Order behind the safety car, Lewis from Hobgoblin, who had to pit earlier on after damage. Anyway, so he's on a bit older tyres. Owen is 3rd, Tyler is 4th. The 2 Renaults running very well. Jamie pitted and has come out behind the 2 Renaults. He was behind Owen, but he was in front of Tyler, so he's now dropped to 5th. Clymer having a great race in 6th position. Davis in 7th. Adam Woods has done well as well. Started down near the back. He's up to 8th. He's done. He pitted at the end of lap 1 as well. 9th is Husky. A bit of an instant field evening so far, but he's still running in 9th. Blink Duck is in 10th. Kronos is up to 11th. And Kronos is a lap down. No, he's not. So Kronos is the last car that is not a lap down, so he should be able to easily. Or is he a lap down actually? Yeah, yes, he is a lap down. He is. Yeah, so the last car that's not lapped is Blink Duck. Now he's going to benefit. He's got nice hot tyres when he catches up to the back of the field. Yes, definitely. And indeed, quoting Lewis from last week. So, when is the safety car? And Tyler's out. Tyler is out. I think he may have crashed in the tunnel. It may delay the safety car coming in. The safety car's coming in this lap, but Tyler is out of the race. Let's see what they do. But they've cleared the car already, so Tyler is out. So he's our third retirement of the day. And here we go, safety car away, and Lewis with a great restart, and he's pulling away very quickly. Now, Kronos here needs to get out of the way for the likes of Owen and Jamie as quickly as he can, because he is a lap down. He's running third on the road at the moment, but he is a lap down. But what a restart from Lewis, already over a second clear. And Adam is challenging the back of Davis here for 6th and 7th position. So Adam closing. Yeah. Oh, and that's someone in the wall. Yeah. And almost collected Adam on the way as she bounced back onto the racetrack, but that one away with it. Another yellow flag. Not sure who that is. So Lewis, though, 2 seconds clear already on the first lap. He's having a cracking race here, and. Yeah, hopefully for Steph. I'd love to see Steph get some good points here this evening. Most definitely. Really. Go on. No, it's all right, go on. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, Steph's really showed some good pace tonight. Almost made it into Q3 on pure pace alone anyway. So, really showing some good pace. Nearly knocked you out of Q2 there, didn't she? You must have been a little bit worried there for a second. Yeah. But Lewis, meanwhile, is now already 3.5 seconds clear of this man Hopkins. Owen has got Jamie all over the back of him. Owen's struggling on those hard tyres for whatever reason. Jamie on much fresher mediums, of course, but Owen really struggling. I'm just trying to see if there's any damage to Owen's front wing. Doesn't look like it, so it's just, no, it just looks like pure pace at the moment for Jamie as he's pushing for a podium here. And there's a yellow flag in sector 2. That was pivotal, but Lewis, another fastest lap of the race. And he's pulling away. It is indeed, and he's pulling away over 2 seconds a lap. Starting to pull away again from behind. Now Jamie has had a better run this time out of the Jamie, still can't get close enough. I was just riding on board with him under braking. Yeah, I was just riding on board with him under braking. He might do later on, but he's so much later on the brakes into the chicane. He's just really hustling that Renault in front of him. But just, oh, brother and sister fighting over 12th place in the race is great to see. And yeah, I think Steph will be, more than anyone else, I think Steph will want to be hanging on to Pierce Gaming. Yeah, the McLaren, that is Davies, I think, coming through. Oh, did Steph clip the wall there? And Pierce has slipped through. Pierce has slipped through, and that really, when you're a back marker, that can be a way to overtake, wait for the leaders to come through. We saw, was it Verstappen did that a few years ago when he was in Toro Rosso? Just waited till the leaders went through and then just followed the leaders through when they were lapping people. So it is possible. And Jamie's still really all over the back of that race. Renault just cannot find a way through. Owen is driving brilliantly defensively at the moment. Oh, they're very close on the run up to Massenet. Oh, he thought about it, backed out of it. I think that was sensible. They only been getting both of their races there. Climber is into the pits. I said he might pit. Change the front wing for the Williams. And Jamie's going around the outside of the chicane. Oh, and Owen clipped the wall. Owen clips the wall. Well, that was going to happen eventually, but what a battle between those two. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Blink Duck gets on here. First race, how is he going to defend in this race from the McLaren behind him? Sometimes it's not worth fighting too hard. I mean, around Monaco it could work. Hobgoblin in the pits again. So is it a front wing change or is it just a tyre stop for the AlphaTauri? It is a front wing change. We have a bit of damage, must have just clipped a wall somewhere. So that lifts Jamie up to second, Owen up into third. And oh my goodness me, sorry, I just had a look. And Davis tried to go down the inside into the back of Blink Duck. I don't know if Duck knew he was there, but they turned in and Davis almost spun completely round. But now, does Davis have damage? He doesn't, but now we've got a 4-car train for fifth. Look at Climber swarming all over the back. Yeah, that would have been a move and a half around the outside. There's a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Is that Hobgoblin again? It is. It's Hobgoblin again. I think he's done the same thing. So now Owen is taking advantage of this and pitting. This might, after that spin of Hobgoblin, might just keep Owen in front of the AlphaTauri. It's going to... He's got a penalty, so but Climber, can he get... Davis has got a penalty as well, so it may not affect him too badly. And Hobgoblin just gets past Owen, just. So it didn't quite cost him third place in this race. But you know what? Jamie here could be looking at second, even if he does have to stop again, because he's 22 seconds clear of the AlphaTauri now. So... yeah, and Adam Woods has pitted again, and so has Blink Ducky. So they must have both had some front wing damage there. So so Davis up into 6th. They're both going to come out clear of Husky, who's running around in 9th place. And we've still got Pierce Gaming is closing up once again on Copper Queen for 12th and 13th. 8 seconds between them, but closing very quickly on much fresh tyres. Jamie into the pits. So second place man pits just onto the soft tyres. He should come out in front of Hobgoblin, who's pushing as hard as he can just on a purple middle sector. But I don't think it's going to be enough for him to stay in front of Jamie. Jamie is exiting the pits, yes. Hobgoblin, fastest lap of the race. But Jamie comes out. Look at the lead of Lewis. 48 seconds now. He must be there thinking, where is everybody here today? Yeah, Lewis pits, so the race leader is into the pit lane. He is, and Hobgoblin is all over the back of Jamie. It's incredible so far, really, with Jamie. He was so quick on the medium tyres, and now he's struggling on the soft tyres, whereas Hobgoblin was struggling a bit earlier on, and now he's absolutely flying on the medium. It does seem as if that those medium tyres seem to be better in these race conditions than the soft tyres. But we saw Jamie really harassing Owen earlier on, but now he's the one under immense pressure. Let's have a look. As I say that, Hobgoblin's into the wall. Just as I say that, he had a twitch going up the hill, and we have a safety car. To be the top 7 who are still on the lead lap. So Blink in 8th position is a lap down. Husky is 9th. Kronos is, I think, 2 laps down in 10th position. He's 68 seconds behind 9th place Husky. Untill still running in 11th. There we got Pierce in 12th, and I think Queen, is 3 laps down in 13th position, but doesn't matter. Still in the race, still going to get points. So Lewis now knows he's got a lot of clear air between. Oh, and Climber and Copper Queen have made contact, and well, I'm not sure. Yeah, once again, Lewis with a great start. So, yeah, indeed. Look at this. Well, this is going to be close. All the way to the back. Owen and Kronos Grand getting in the way. Can Jamie capitalise on this? Down into Mirabeau, not quite. We're on the penultimate lap now. Kronos does get out of the way. Oh, that's going to be close. Can't make that stick. Well done, Climber, really, for hanging on to that one. But Hobgoblin now really has the run on him down into the chicane. Is Hobgoblin. Oh, and Jamie thought about it, and Hobgoblin's thinking about it. They're not close enough. Oh, but Hobgoblin's had a great run out of the chicane, and he's through. He's through. And Jamie's passed Owen. Jamie's passed Owen as well somewhere in there. And look at Hobgoblin trying to get his place back on the podium. He's all over the back of Owen, who's really struggling here. He's missing a bit of front wing. And Hobgoblin with a great run. Yeah, great run out of the last corner. Yeah, well done. Now, and Climber's missing a bit of front wing as well, so he's not going to quite have the same advantage. In fact, he's now going to come under pressure from Adam and Davis. But meanwhile, Lewis, 8-second lead once again, has had a brilliant restart. Yeah, he could even second out got a penalty, unfortunately. Yellow flag in section 2. Not sure those. We were on the last lap of the race. Yeah, hopefully they all seem to be getting around. I think it's so confusing with so many lapped cars in there. You just don't know what's going to happen because Blink Duck is a lap behind everybody in 8th position. But Lewis. Yeah, definitely. But Lewis, faultless race, and Lewis wins the Monaco Grand Prix fastest lap on the last lap of the race as well. And I do believe that is a Grand Slam. I think he's led every lap. No, he didn't. Hobgoblin led at the start, so no, not quite. But he got pole, fastest lap, and the win. So great job there from Lewis. Jamie in second. Hobgoblin finishes third. Owen takes fourth. Adam, with the penalties, takes 5th position. Davis takes 6th. Climate takes 7th. Blink Duck 8th. Husky 9th.